Most of my life's planning goes on right here, in the shower. I like to think about how certain scenarios might play out, how conversations are going to go, what I'm going to say to somebody, what they might say back to me, what I would say in response to that. It all goes on right here. 9 times out of 10, the way that I've envisioned things in my head, though, is not the way that things play out. And a lot of times, it's the exact same way with me and my relationship with God. If you're anything like me, maybe the Lord has spoken something to you, or you've read something in His Word, one of His promises for you, and you envision that things are going to happen a certain way. Well, let me tell you what, God's a little different, and He does things differently than the way we expect them to happen a lot of times. If you look at Christ Himself, the Israelites were expecting a king on a horse with armies and fire, and that's not how Christ came to save the world. He came as a helpless babe that was born to a woman and laid in a manger. That's how He chose to come to save the world, not the way that they had envisioned it. If you look at the way the Israelites were delivered, God didn't use Moses when he had power and influence as Pharaoh's daughter's adopted son. No, He waited. And He used a man that states in Acts 7:35, a man that had been previously rejected by the people. That's the man that God chose to use. And if you look at Daniel, the Lord protected Daniel, but it didn't mean he wasn't first thrown into a den of lions. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were protected. The Lord stood by them, but it doesn't mean they weren't thrown into a fiery furnace. Lazarus, the Lord healed Lazarus, did He not? But didn't it mean he died first? That's probably not what Lazarus was expecting. That sure isn't what Mary and what Martha were expecting. No, but God does things differently. He has plans that are so much bigger than our plans. He sees things that we can't even begin to comprehend. And the big thing that comes into play here is trust. We have got to trust in the Lord because He's our Father and He loves us. And His plans for us are to prosper us and not to harm us. Plans to give us a hope and a future. That's His desire for us. So if you find yourself in the middle of the lion's den right now, maybe you're the one that's been thrown into the fiery furnace, God is going to be with you. He's going to be by your side. He will protect you. He will hold your hand steady through the way. It may not be the way that we envision things to happen, but I promise you, God's plans are to prosper you, not to harm you, to give you a hope, to give you a future. Hold on to that hope today. Hold on to that hope because God might just be using your story to touch people's lives.